What up, y'all? John Murray here, and I want to say thank you for tuning in to the YouTube playback of my Facebook Live series, Let's Talk Live. Now, because this version is not live, you won't be a part of the interactive conversation, so don't look for a shout out. You won't be getting one. However, enjoy the Hot Topics dialogue and follow me on Facebook at Jawn Murray World. That's JAWNMURRAY World, so that you can catch a live broadcast and be a part of the conversation. Now, let's join Let's Talk Live, already in progress. I just want to go through a couple things. Oh, this is my badge from today at the CNN building when I was there to do HLN. So there's that. I want to say shout out to Nicole Pryor, Denergian. I hope I say your last name right. I usually go with Nicole Pryor because your third name is tough. But and people don't have to be nice to you, but when they are, you should say thank you. So she was here in D.C. and I set her up with a situation. I don't want to say what it is because I don't want everybody else asking. But she sent me this gift. I have not opened it up yet. I mean, it's C's candy, which ain't gonna help my diet, but I figure I would wait and open my C's candy up on camera with you guys. Appreciate everybody who's signing on and saying hello, and I appreciate everybody even more who hits the share button. And her note said, "Thank you for giving me and my mother the gift of our history. Love, Nicole and Dr. Hall." That was very nice, Nicole. Thank you so much. Oh, chocolate. Who would you like on chocolate? Look at here, look at here. That ain't gonna help my diet at all. Look at it. Type of chocolate is this? Oh, butterscotch square. Ooh. Mm. Oh, good. Mm. Very tasty. Thank you, Nicole. These C's candies are pretty good. I'm going to put the cover back on these because otherwise I'll be smacking the entire show. So thanks again to Nicole Pryor. Denergian. Appreciate you. So I wanted to thank her publicly. So many comments. I'm trying to see. Can't keep up today. Y'all get excited when I come back after being away for a while. What else? Got my new Essence in the mail with the Men of Black Panther on the cover. Just want to say thank you to Essence. So I'm doing this different today. If you guys notice, a new set. I'm in front of my bookshelf today instead of in front of my star. Y'all like the new set? Y'all like this? I see hearts. I see likes. That's a good thing. Thank you, guys. You like the bookshelf? Some days maybe we'll talk about different aspects of this. Like, I'll tell you who some of the people are in the photos or something. So shout out to Essence. While I was gone, and I've been gone 4 weeks. I know. Y'all mad? And don't get too mad because I'm going to be going again next week because I'm going to be out the country. On a cruise ship, and I can't do it from the cruise ship. Rashida says she likes the old set. A lot of people are saying they like the new set. We'll see. After this is done, I'll go back and look at the consensus. While I was gone, I was at the American Black Film Festival Honors, ABFF Honors. I was there as a guest of Nissan. Here's the program booklet. They honored the whole cast of Martin. It was really great seeing them back together. I also attended Essence Black Women in Hollywood. And while I was there, I got to get used to doing this with this new thing. In the Walmart photo booth with my girl Lonnie Love. Hold on, I'm gonna get it right. Here we go. There we go. Here we are, me and Lonnie. And while I was in LA, Jussie Smollett invited me to his album release concert, where he performed his music live. Everybody from Tay Diggs to Halle Berry was there. J. August Richards was there. Michelle Williams was there. Lots of great people. But the thing I like about what Jussie did is Jussie was signed to Columbia Records, and they were holding his music. And he was tired of waiting on Columbia Records to put out his record. So he went and bought his album back from the record company and put it out himself. That's taking ownership and investing in yourself. So kudos to Jussie Smollett for that. His record is out. If you love him, if you love Empire, all that stuff, support him. Great guy, entrepreneur, doing it independent. So, oh, here's the from Essence Black Women in Hollywood. I'm getting the hang of this thing. Here's this. Okay, tonight I'm using my laptop instead of my phone that I usually use. Roland Martin told me, stop using your phone, use your laptop. So I'm using my laptop. This is my first time doing Let's Talk Live on the laptop versus the phone. And I'm having to get, used to the camera cues and all that stuff. So, yeah, so here's the program. Here's the menu. This is going to be an adventure tonight. Don't judge me. Just go with it, all right? That's the menu. All right. Finally got my Snoop Dogg album in the mail. The Bible of Love, baby. 35 songs. Let me tell you about Snoop Dogg. He's got who's on this record? John P. Key's on here. The Clark Sisters, B. Slade, Mally Music, Ty Tribbett, Charlie Wilson, Marvin Sapp, Mary Isaac Correa is on here. KC from Jodeci is on here. Patti LaBelle is on here. Fred Hammond. I mean, lots of great people. Kim Burrell is on here. And it's funny because I posted on Facebook that I was excited about this record come out. And it's in stores now. You can get it. And I've heard some of it. It is a very traditional gospel CD. It's some good Sunday morning stuff on here. Even for people who don't go to church and just want a feel-good, godly experience, there's something on here for you. So somebody was like, why would I want a gospel album from the artist that did Gin and Juice? Your pastor drinks gin and juice, so why not listen to the rapper who rapped about gin and juice, who's sharing his faith as well? He's no different than your pastor. Well, Snoop Dogg smoke a lot of weed. Your worship leader smoke weed. So why not? Hello? Well, Snoop Dogg got arrested once on gun charges. So has some of the pastors of your churches. See, just because the people dress the stuff up and hide it from you don't mean it's not happening. But I'm here to tell you on today, don't block your blessing because you're judging somebody based on the genre of music they've made for a living. When a person decides that they want to take a moment to express their faith and show gratitude to God, we should celebrate that. Faith, Christianity, relationship with God is not a country club. And we've got to stop treating it like it is. You know, if Snoop Dogg can introduce them to God, then it's your responsibility, your pastor, your worship leader, your gospel artist, you, the person of faith, to catch the person and then skin them. So kudos to Snoop. So, what else? Oh, I want to thank the company Serendipity. Serendipity. The lights are so bright you can... Here we go. Serendipity. They sent me their Serenade moisturizer. I was talking about having my dry skin and was having a problem, so I got this. So I'm going to slather my face up with this later on. So thank you, Serendipity, for your Serenade Repairing Night Cream. Gonna try it out. Sure I am. And also in the mail, I got... I want to thank It's too big to open up in front of you. So, got a gift in the mail from the Crackle Network. Crackle is the digital platform. And it is a game of darts. So I got my darts and my dart board. And it's a roll-up board so I can take it places with me. But I have to check these in my luggage because you can't put that in your carry-on. You'll be running through the airport like Jules Santana. So yeah, thank you, Cackle, for my dartboard. Appreciate it. Let's see here. A few other things. Oh, this past weekend I was a special guest for a Dreamers and Creatives event called Level Up. And I want to thank Robert Gould and his team at Level Up for presenting me with this certificate of appreciation for my participation in the Level Up conference. It says, for your outstanding commitment to excellence and dedication to the evolvement of society to take this generation to the next level. Level up, baby. That's nice of them. Ain't that nice? I appreciate it. It's nice for folks to say thank you, right? It really is. And then last but not least, I want to thank the people at Nissan and Star Wars for sending me my lifesaver. Look at here. I'm not going to open it up, but you best believe come Halloween, you know what I'm going to be dressed as, because I got me a full lifesaver. Ain't that something? Luke Skywalker. I think I might be you. So yeah, wanted to knock a few things out of the way. Appreciate everybody who's signed on later. If you can, do me a favor, hit the share button for me. Let some folks know we're here having good conversation. I wanted to talk about a few things. Last night I went to see one of my favorite soul R&B jazz artist, Avery Sunshine, live here at the Birchmere in Alexandria, Virginia. Thank you to everybody who came over and said hello to me, took photos with me, were exceptionally kind to me at that concert. It was a great concert. Avery Sunshine knows she can sing. God knows she can sing. Oh, in case anybody wonders, I'm drinking my Starbucks green tea with lemonade tonight. It's almost gone. So yeah, that was last night. And on Saturday night, I went to see Jakarius Johnson's Set It Off Live. Had good seats too. Look, row D, seat 4. Thank you to my friend, producer of the show, Linda Stewart, for inviting me out. Set It Off Live is an actual film adaptation. It's a theatrical adaptation of the actual film, I should say, starring DeBrat, LaToya Luckett, Demetria McKinney, and Kyla Pratt. My boy Mike Strong is in the play. So many other great folks are in this show. It is very well done. It may be my favorite show by Jakarius Johnson. I told him how much I really, really like the production. Just exceptionally done. Exceptionally done. So if it's coming to your city, go see it. You will not be disappointed. All 4 actors are putting in really great work. So, do yourself a favor and go see that show. And shout out to my man Ali Amin Carter. He's in the production as well. Just a really good show. So go see Set It Off Live. They had all sold out shows in DC. Doing a great thing. So, shout out to Brian Courtney Wilson, Motown gospel artist. He was here in DC. He did his silent listening party for his brand new album that is coming out. It is called, the cool thing about doing it on the computer is I go to my phone for my notes. A Great Work. It'll be out this week, I think, on Motown Gospel. So make sure you check it out. Some people can sing. Brian Courtney Wilson can just sing. He's just a great talent. So check that out. Congratulations to my good friend, my big brother, one of the greatest storytellers I know, WWE superstar Mark Henry. It was announced yesterday that he will be inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame. That's pretty spectacular. Mark is, just barely into his in-ring retirement, and so him being announced for the WWE Hall of Fame is an awesome, awesome feat. So we're excited for him. I wish I was going to be at WrestleMania so I could go to the Hall of Fame ceremony, but I'll be watching on the network just so I can, encourage my brother and watch him deliver what I know is going to be a dynamic speech. So kudos to Mark Henry. And if you're a professional wrestling fan like I am, check him out every Tuesday on Busted Open Radio on Sirius XM Channel 93. Great show, great segment. Mark can talk, so listening to him on the radio is really a gift. So I also want to say shout out to everybody at the Arizona Black Rodeo. I went out there in Phoenix, Arizona, maybe a week ago, 2 weeks ago. I've been traveling so much I can't keep up. And if you're not following me on Instagram, you're missing great video content. You're missing great photos. So you should really follow me on Instagram at JAWNMURRAY.com. Follow me on Instagram. Keep up with me. See the things that I am doing there. Because, if you're not there and in my Insta stories, you're missing a lot. So, all right, we talked about being on HLN. I talked about viral videos on HLN today. I'll have the clip up on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Jawn Murray, JAWNMURRAY. So go and check the clip out. And if you ever miss any of my TV appearances, you can always go to my YouTube channel. All of them are there, and I also repost these Let's Talk Lives there as well. So before I get to the Ask John, because I want to get to the questions early today, because I know you guys got a lot of questions because I've been gone for a month. As you begin to prepare your hearts and minds around asking questions, don't ask them now because that will make me have to scroll back up to read them. But when I ask for your questions, please, please be prepared to ask a question in the form of who, what, when, where, and why. And if you really want to make me happy, add a question mark at the end. That's a formal question, but I'll answer your questions. We don't do gossip. We don't do real, gritty, heavy negative type stuff. So let's keep this smart conversation oriented as you're preparing your questions for Ask John on tonight. All right, before we get into that, though, I want to talk about Stormy Daniels. I cannot say Stormy Daniels' names without singing it in the context of stormy weather. So Stormy Daniels just won't go away. She's like one of those good old STDs. You just can't shake her. But I like her, even though she reminds me of an STD, because she might be the very one to bring down Putin's president, Donald Trump. I mean, I'm telling you, this Stormy Daniels is shaking things up. She's causing problems. She's at the headlines every day. Now Trump's people are suing her. She's about to be in 60 Minutes this weekend. I can't wait to hear what she's going to say. And I think if Stormy says the right things, more Stormy Daniels type of people are going to come out, and Trump's going to be really in trouble. Really in trouble. So we will see what's going on with Stormy Daniels. And because I think this one, she's about to surprise some folks and rock the Washington, D.C. political scene in a way that none of the congressional leaders could. So, Stormy Daniels. All right. It's time for Ask John. If you got questions for me, ask your questions. Who, what, when, where, why. What a question mark would be preferred. And I will try to answer some of your questions. And again, thank you everybody who signed on late. For those of you who are not watching this live, I can't go back and answer questions or answer your questions or greet you because you're not watching this live. So often I read comments in the comments section a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks later, like, why won't you call out my name? We're not live. So if you're watching this on delay, that's why that is. But I appreciate you coming back and watching this because, you know, I like that viewership. So lots of people are huge Avery Sunshine fans, I see from the comments. Folks love my lifesaver. Shout out to Vicki Violet Clark. She's in Vegas for the Gospel Music Workshop of America board meeting. All right. Betty Grayson says, what do you think about Kid Rock being inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame? I'm not a Kid Rock fan because Kid Rock is associated with Putin's President Trump. And I believe some of the things he's done as of late would be considered racially insensitive. So, you know, I don't rock with Kid Rock. He can rock on somewhere else. And I really wish he wasn't being inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame. Adrian Lionel Champion says, have I seen Black Panther? Yes, I've seen Black Panther. We talked about Black Panther on one of our previous episodes. I mean, I couldn't work in pop culture and not have seen Black Panther at this point. So nobody would take me seriously. So, yeah, love the film. Great. Spectacular. Myra Moore said, am I familiar with Evolve Wrestling? No, I'm not I've heard of Evolve Wrestling. I've never watched Evolve Wrestling or seen it or been to a live show. So I know about it. I think that's one of the associations my good friend ACH, super ACH, wrestles for. But yeah, I've never been, but I am familiar with it. Teresa Reese-Field says maybe Crazy Ben Carson will be next. I guess as far as people being fired by this administration, that would be wonderful. Marcella Jones said, how do you feel about Bruno Mars' music appropriation? My opinion is he's very talented, and we walk away from musical genre so easy. I'm glad you brought up the Bruno Mars thing. I'm not familiar with the person who did the online rant about Bruno Mars and accused him of cultural appropriation. I think sometimes the danger with teaching African Americans who want to be activists and or who have social media platforms and stuff, like certain buzzwords like cultural appropriation, toxic male syndrome. There are all these buzzwords that people who want to be perceived as intellectual and progressive like to use. And so cultural appropriation is becoming one of those words that start to annoy me a little bit because, you know, it's being overused. Bruno Mars has not culturally appropriated anything. First of all, Bruno Mars is Puerto Rican. That's about as black adjacent as you can get. And if a person is reared in a culture and has what I like to call cultural appreciation, let me say that again without the lisp. Cultural appreciation, who are we to deny them from celebrating the music that's in their DNA? You know, people create these campaigns and I don't understand why. Like, I don't know if people need to go to Disneyland. I don't know if they need to go to church. I don't know what some of these folks need to find some joy in their life so that they're so not negative and complaining and creating frivolous campaigns about things that are so insignificant. But in addition to Bruno Mars showing his cultural appreciation by being black adjacent and loving the sounds that have derived from our culture, I mean, Bruno Mars was using live instrumentation and giving us bona fide soul when other artists were not remotely interested in doing it. And he's been able to take that sound as a person of color and transcend it to pop culture in a way that many artists can't. So I don't have a problem with Bruno Mars. I have a problem when people attack artists like him who are doing great, who are making great music, and who are celebrating artists who came before him. More so, if you look at Bruno Mars's band, if you look at his singers, all of that stuff, you know, it is all people of color, and he don't make them wear all black and hide in the background, but they come out and they're a part of their show. They're a part of the journey and the experience with him. So I have no issues with Bruno Mars, and anybody who has an issue with him, I'm side-eyeing him. Side-eyeing, I am giving them a side-eye. Let me try it that way. And I saw there was an interview where Michelle Indegliocello made some disparaging remarks about him. Bruno Mars probably don't even know who Michelle Indegliocello is. Like, who cares that Michelle Indegliocello doesn't like your music? Like, Bruno Mars is doing a great thing, and anybody who has a problem with it is just hashtag hating. Okay? Cool. But thank you for asking about that, because it kind of got on my nerves. And I'm with you. I think he's doing great music, so, you know. All right, there was a couple other questions. Okay, so the thing about doing this on the computer versus the phone is it doesn't allow me to scroll all the way back up to get some of the questions that I missed. So I'm sorry that if I don't get to your question or don't see your question, I will try my best to figure out exactly what you're asking. But more questions. Right. Nicole Scott makes a really good point. You can't tell Latins to accept their blackness in one breath and then tell them don't do black music the next. And listen, here's the thing. If we really want to talk about cultural appropriation, how about we go down to Nashville and tell all the people who aren't people of color to stop cultural appropriating? Because we originated country music, but country music does not look like us now. And it took us years for people like Darius Rucker and others to come back and be able to do the things that Charlie Pride and other people like that were able to accomplish. If you have a problem with cultural appropriation, well, let's deal with all the artists that aren't Lenny Kravitz doing rock and roll music, because we were the originators of rock and roll music, though we no longer are the face of rock and roll music. And if you want to talk about cultural appropriation, how about you deal with the black artists who came up in R&B but abandoned the sounds of R&B in an effort to cross over into pop radio, and then you all get mad when an artist like a Robin Thicke or Justin Timberlake or Bruno Mars is all about live, soulful instrumentation. We can't have it both ways. So instead of trying to have it both ways, why don't we go get a hobby and focus on more constructive things instead of complaining about people who could give a god darn about all of our opinions about what's in their DNA? We've got to move on and do more positive things, people. Yes, Carew, I'm talking about your girl, Michelle Indegliocello. And shout out to Carew F. Daniels, my good friend who's here. Let me see which, yeah, this is. So you see this name, Carew F. Daniels, on my timeline. This is Carew F. Daniels. Look at him. That's right, Carew. I'm showing your photo on Let's Talk Live. We were in London, outside some theater on Chicago's West End, where Michelle Williams was about to play Roxy Hart. She was the first woman of color to play Roxy Hart on London's West End in Chicago. So, hey, Carew F. Daniels. Angela Bynum said, did you ever listen to Snoop's album? You must have just signed on. You should probably go back and watch this from the beginning. Felicia Faye Thomas says, what about Angie Stone saying Bruno stole her song? Angie will go to court, and Angie's a friend of mine, but she'll go to court, and we'll see what happens. We'll see what the musicologist says. Christine Belfield said, what do I think about the return of American Idol? I'm not watching. I'm not into it. The moment they signed Katy Perry as a judge, I just was like, oh, this is American Idol doing what it did to get canceled the first time around, adapting the formula that works for The Voice, but American Idol isn't The Voice, so I don't know why they're trying to be the show that is its competition. So I'm not interested. Love Lionel Richie, though. When I'm his age, I want to be a cool cat daddy just like him, but I'm not watching American Idol. Shout out to Abia with your singing self, sir. That's right. People abandon the art and complain, my brother. It's a mess. A lot of you guys seem to share my sentiments on Bruno Mars. Erica Freeman Perry said, if you want to talk about cultural appreciation, appropriation, what about the Kardashians getting fake lips and butts? You know. In addition, people want, you know, I was about to say something, but I forgot. I have a gig coming up in about a month that I have to be on my best behavior till after this gig. And that's a good paying gig. Speaking of gigs, if you are in the Dallas, Texas area, I am going to be moderating a panel for Bishop T.D. Jakes' Pastors and Leaders Conference. I don't know how I ended up as part of the pastors and leaders. I guess the leaders part, right? But the pastors part, whoa. But yeah, I'm moderating a music panel for Bishop T.D. Jakes' Pastors and Leaders Conference, April the 19th. Yeah, April the 19th in Dallas, Texas. So if you're coming to the conference, if you're in Dallas, all that stuff, I'll be there. So, all right, more questions before I get out of here. Michael Mathis is also late to the broadcast, asking me about Snoop Dogg's album, which we talked about in detail earlier. So you might want to watch this broadcast back from the beginning. Who else is hanging out with me tonight? Who else has a question? What do I think about the new Chris Brown joint? I haven't heard it, but Facebook is going ham on him. I haven't heard it either. Nicole Scott said, what do I think about Tamar Braxton's new haircut? I love Tamar Braxton's new haircut. I'm going to share my opinion on Tamar Braxton, and I don't want anybody to think, because, you know, we live in this dumbed-down society where everybody says, ooh, that's shade, and ooh, that's messy. They use all these dumb niche market phrases and colloquialisms to describe things that are just conversation. But I say this constructively. I think Tamar Braxton is immensely talented. I think she can sing. I think her range and her approach to music is very different than Tony's. I think their voices are relative, but they're also very distinct differences. And the range and some of the approach to singing is the separator of their sounds. I had Tamar, one of Tamar's first records on albums on DreamWorks Records. She had a song called "If You Don't Wanna Know, Don't Miss Me," something like that. And then she had another song called "Money Can't Buy Me Love." And if I ever have an interpersonal experience with her, I want to tell her how much I like that "Money Can't Buy Me Love" song. It was very live instrumentation. I think it's something that she should maybe revisit at this point in her life. However, I always felt like, you know, Toni Braxton is the diva of the day. She's the, you know, she came out first. She, you know, she's got big pop ballads. She's you know, she's the Toni Braxton, living legend, as they like to say on Braxton Family Values. And so in that vein, if I would have been working with Tamar, I would have had her take a completely different approach to her career and do an extreme make under. And I think this cutting the hair off is right in the vein of where I would have taken her. Like, I would have toned down the whole glamazon makeup and the over the top flashy clothes and you know, and the you know, a lot of the flamboyant antics and gestures and some of the things that have worked for her in reality TV as it pertains to her music career. I would do a total make under and make her really come across as the girl next door, because you're never going to be able to compete with Toni Braxton, diva of the day. So if you came across as the more touchable, more relatable girl next door sibling in the family, I think she could have been even more effective at carving out a lane for herself in the music realm. So nonetheless, she still can really, really sing. I saw her on the Great Escape tour with Monica and Escape, and I thought she was really good live. She did not have a live band. She performed just with a track, and she had like the little screens and dancers, and I thought Tamar Braxton was really, really strong. I was pleasantly surprised by how good she was. She sang a lot live that night, and it just was very, very good. So I think the new haircut is a step in the right direction. So Scuba said I'm doing Bishop T.D. Jakes' conference because I am a pastor. I'm not. Teresa Reese Field says, what is my opinion on Angela Bassett's character in the new show 911? I don't have one because I haven't gotten into the show yet, though I plan to binge watch it this upcoming summer. MP Williams said, God is trying to tell me something by getting me booked for Bishop Jakes' Pastors and Leadership Conference. He's trying to tell me to come and host a music conference, symposium, panel, and nothing more. That's all God is saying to me. Let's see. Cassandra Harvey said, my granddaughter is interested in doing the same type of work as you do. She's only 9. Any good pointers? Grow up. That's all. She's 9. Her opinion might change by the time she's grown. Elisa Mixon says, what do you think about the cost of tickets now? I want to go see Bruno and Beyonce and can't afford it. Well, you know, artists aren't making money from record sales, and they don't make a lot of money from streaming their music as well. So the only way they really can make a lot of money is from touring. And so there are people who have the disposable income to go pay these enormous prices for the tickets to go see these artists. But it's how these artists sustain themselves, and it's how they are able to maintain their lifestyles and carry themselves from album to album. So, you know, it's one of the things that if you got it, do it. If you don't go. One of my suggestions to people is, if you really want to see an artist that you like, go to a festival where there are multiple artists so you can get a reasonable ticket price and see a whole lot of people. And some festivals, like Essence Festival, you see over the course of several days. So that'd be my only suggestion to you. Oh, so that's Jermaine. Speaking of Essence, is going to the Essence Festival for the first time. Will I be moderating any panel? I will probably be at Essence. I have for the last several years, I've had an annual gig there. It may not involve any panel moderation, but I will be around. So if you see me, grab me. Let's take a selfie. That's right, Carew Daniels. People use a niche market vernacular. I ain't getting no more specific than that. Carew Daniels said Tamar Braxton is a thirst bucket, but I love her. Oh, God. Nisa Shanae is hanging out. Abia, I would maybe co-sign on those comments as well. Michael Stallworth is coming to Washington, D.C. in June. Enjoy the trip, man. D.C. is a great city. It'll be even greater when Putin's president is gone. Keisha Vaughn, your ticket was $110. The prices aren't that bad. I'm not sure which show you're talking about, but I'm glad you were able to get a good ticket. Manda Kelly asked me, have I listened to Lizzo? What do I think of her? I love her music. I don't even know who Lizzo is. I'm sorry if I'm late and if it's somebody who's supposed to be really hot right now. I've been on the road. What else? MP Williams says one of the best performances I've seen was Frankie Beverly at the SWAC Championship for $15. Hey, now that's a good show if you can see it for $15. Kim Davis, am I going on a cruise and working? No, I'm going on a cruise because a friend of mine is getting married and it's a vacation. So I'm looking forward to it because I had a vacation during the Christmas holiday. But this vacation life, I ain't mad at being able to take a minute to reset and reboot. And I get to see somebody jump the broom. So the best of both worlds. Try to read a few more of the questions. If you have a few more, get them in. Try to give y'all as much time as I can because next week I'm going to be out of the country on a cruise. So y'all gonna miss me one more time. But I'm gonna try to get back on as soon as I get back. Nicole Maria Jackson says, what do I think about Trey Songz's legal issues? I hope Trey Songz can work through the accusations of him hitting this particular woman. It does not bode well for a man in the music business once you've been branded someone who hits women. So I don't know who's telling the truth. I don't know what's real. I don't know what's fake. All I know is, I hope the judicial system can prove that what we're hearing isn't true, because if it turns out to be true, this will not bode well for him professionally in the long haul. Felicia Faye Thomas says she'll be in D.C. in June for her God baby first birthday and to see Lettucey. Oh, wonderful. You'll have a great show. She'll have her legs out and everything. Carew F. Daniels said, am I interested in Set It Off the musical? So, Carew, I'm going to tell you like I tell everybody else who joins the conversation late. I talked about that already. I held up the ticket stub and everything. Look at here. Look at here. Look at here. And just because I like you and your photos on my bookshelf, I'm going to say again, it was a great show. So, yeah. Abia asked me, did I see Jerry O'Connell as the guest host of the Wendy Williams Show? Thoughts? I watched Monday and Tuesday when Jerry O'Connell guest hosted. I watched Monday and I said I wasn't gonna watch anymore because it was way too much for me to take. Jerry seems like a nice guy. He's a funny comedic actor, but a talk show host, I just don't get it. But I did tune back in the second day because my boy Ruben Studdard was on, and I wanted to see how that was going to go. But yeah, I think they wanted to go against type for Wendy, and they were effective with Jerry O'Connell. I'll just say that. Did I hear the interview that was done with Stormy Daniels' mother and father? If so, what are my thoughts? No, I have not heard or seen the interview with Stormy Daniels' mother and father. Yeah, I'd be interested in seeing what they had to say about it. But I just love me some Stormy Daniels. I have to call my friend Mr. Marcus and see if he ever did a scene with Stormy Daniels, because that'd be interesting. Yeah. And I can't talk too much about Stormy Daniels because I want to maintain this gig that I'm doing at the Potter's House on April the 19th in Dallas, Texas. Carew Daniels has hijacked my Let's Talk Live. Can we just talk about that? He thinks tonight is all. Let me tell you, he's probably sitting at home on his computer eating some fish sticks because he loves a frozen bag of fish sticks fresh out the oven, and he's probably got on a robe and drinking some coffee. Talking about, I'm going to cut up. I'm going to cut up. But he wants to know, why is your gal pal Vivica Fox still talking about 50 Cent all these years later? Well, Vivica Fox, who's a friend of mine, has a book come out called Every Day I'm Hustling. It's like a memoir that talks about her journey in Hollywood, how she's been able to maintain her career as a woman who is 50 plus, and all the various things that she's doing. She's on Empire now. Vivica always got 554 things going on. She got a wig line. So part of that journey is her relationship with 50 Cent. Vivica's never written a book before. This is her first memoir, her first phase memoir, because I'm sure she's going to live a lot of life after this book comes out. The book comes out in April. I think a lot of the media outlets have necessarily gone with the blurb that's about 50 Cent because it generates traffic. We all know that they were going to put the story out about the book and Vivica talking about 50 Cent, and 50 Cent was going to respond. So, it's her story, it's her truth. She can tell it, and if it sells some books, well, then that's part of her everyday hustling. Every day I'm hustling. Every day I'm hustling. Every day I'm hustling. Every day. Hanifa Shakur says, do I know Shaku? Hanifa Shaku says, do I know if Lupita Nyong'o is dating one of the cast members from Black Panther. I don't know, unfortunately. Tamika Washington Rush says she's late, but she's going to watch the replay. Rashida, the Glam Doctor, wants to know if I've watched BT's Man Cave. I've seen small pieces of BT's Man Cave, but Jeff Johnson is a buddy of mine. I'm glad he's hosting this show. Tank is so talented. I'm really glad he has a gig like this. But one of my favorite ladies in Hollywood, Fernita Wynn, she's a behind-the-scenes woman. None of y'all would really know who she was unless you watch credits on TV shows. But she's an amazing, extraordinary producer, and she's one of the producers on this show. So I rock with BT Man Cave because, you know, Jeff and Tank and Fernita. Christine Belfield said, have you ever spoken to Mona Scott about a more positive approach to love and hip hop? No, I haven't. I mean, it's not a conversation I'm interested in having with her. I like Mona Scott personally. I've never watched an episode of Love and Hip Hop. She knows it. And, you know, she does what works for her. I know she's doing other things. I did watch the 30-minute show that she did with Stevie J. I felt like it was positive and constructive. I did watch the Escape reunion show on Bravo that she produced. I thought that was really good. But, you know, Love and Hip Hop is winning. It's doing well for VH1. So if it ain't broke, ain't nobody trying to fix that. And if you don't like it, don't watch it. Because that's what I do, you know? Follow my lead on that. Carew F. Daniels, the fish stick hijacker, wants to know, am I excited about the Rachel Dolezal documentary? No. This woman shouldn't be having a documentary. We shouldn't be talking about her. Now, she is an example. When you are a white woman pretending to be a person of color, getting jobs on affirmative action and stuff, now that, my friend, is cultural appropriation. Bruno Mars doing music that is R&B and soul, that's cultural appreciation. Get it right, folks. All right. And Carew said his fish sticks come in a box, not in a bag. You fish stick fool, you. Hey, Charles Hudson. Hanifa Chiku wants to know, do I watch AM Joy? Yeah, not only do I watch AM Joy, my mother loves her some Joy Reid. And I did Joy Reid and Jackie Reid's Read This, Read That podcast, one of the earlier shows. That you should go back and check it out. But I love Joy Reid. She's an MSNBC superstar. Karen Bell said, do I believe Kenya Moore is pregnant? Sure. If she said it, you know. How is Aretha and I think you mean Shaka doing? Shaka has the flu. She says she's fine. And keep Aretha Franklin in your prayers. Let's see here. Teresa Reithfield says Jay-Z and Beyonce tour. Any thoughts? It'll probably be a really great show. Both of those are, you know, they do good shows. So, let's see here. Do I watch Bravo to Rome with Love? No. Kimberly Davis Gurr said, do I think DeSuze and Mero, who I got introduced to by Carew F. Fishstick Daniels, crossed the line with DJ Envy and his wife? Here's the thing. I think they're comedians. I think they made jokes. I think they apologized. I watched the clip. They apologized. I think after that, you have to move on. I mean, who am I to tell DJ Envy how he should feel emotionally and how he should respond to a dynamic like that? But, you know, if he felt like he needed to convey his emotion in the way that he did and walk out of the studio, that's his prerogative. I think that, you know, I think the guys were being the guys. And as somebody who was familiar with their shtick, You know, you have to know the intent. I'm big on intent. And if you know that their intent wasn't bad, then so yeah. Thank you, Renee Dunbar. She says she appreciates my honesty. Sweet Ann Fine said, how much did Black Panther make? A lot. Carew says his name is D-Zeus. Or as Lonnie Love called them, Tom and Jerry. All right. We covered a lot of territory. And I'm really sorry that I won't be here next week. But I want to line up a really good celebrity interview to do in one of my upcoming shows. And when I get back off of vacation, hopefully I'll be a little bit browner. Y'all continue to tell me what y'all think of the new set. Do y'all like the bookshelf better than the star? I like the bookshelf. I think it's a little more festive. And before I go, I'll tell you about a few other things. Let's see. This candle right here is from the Michelle Williams Home Collection. This candle right here was in my Essence Black Women in Hollywood gift bag. It's in the Sarita Jakes collection. This photo right here, this is when I guest co-hosted The View. So when y'all see dumb reporters and out of work former Hollywood stars refer to me as anything but a TV host or a pop culture expert, or you can still call me a journalist, even though I do very limited writing at this point in my career. But I got to work with the Queen, Barbara Walters, 2 weeks before she retired. And then over here, this is my good friend, the late designer, Michael Knight. This was, we both had gigs at the Essence Festival, had only seen each other in passing at Essence, and then ran into each other in the airport, and his manager took this photo of us, and we said we looked like an R&B group, like the New Rough Ends, because we both had on denim and black. And, you know, Michael went home to be with the Lord last fall. I miss him a lot. He was a good brother. And this is Lonnie Love and I at the White House. I'm trying to show this to y'all without the glare of the light I have in here. Okay, hold on. Here we go. Why can't I get this right? All right, here we go. That's me and Lonnie Love in the red room. I forget which room it's named after. At the White House for the Christmas party. Don't Lonnie look good? Look at her. So, yeah, that was at the White House Christmas party. Obama years. Not for Putin's president, of course. And I showed y'all Carew F. Daniels. I showed y'all that photo. Oh, that boxing glove right there, I got it as a gift years ago while in Louisville, Kentucky for the Kentucky Derby. It's a Muhammad Ali boxing glove from his museum and has his autograph on it. And then you guys know I'm a professional wrestling fan. So I have my Booty-O's lunchbox. I can't get these angles and the positions and the light right for nothing doing this on the laptop. Okay, here we go. This is my Booty-O's lunchbox. Ain't nothing in the lunchbox. Booty-O's. I'm going to pack me a lunch one day to work from home in my Booty-O's lunchbox. Let me show y'all this one up close. I'm going to try this again. Here we go. Uh-oh. This is so bad. Trying to figure this out. Okay, here we go. That's me co-hosting The View. And during this moment, Barbara Walters told me on live television, "I love your way with words." And she reached over and grabbed my hand. And I said, "Thank you, Barbara." It was like being kissed on the forehead by the Pope. Or in the black church, it was like being anointed with oil from Bishop T.D. Jakes. Glory to God. So yeah, so those are a few of the trinkets. Oh, and right here, right there, that's backstage at the Essence Festival with Maxwell. Oh, I can't get the lighting right on this one. Hold on. There you are. That's me and Maxwell back. So what had happened was we went backstage at the Ford Sirius XM booth, and we saw Maxwell. I was with Kim, hanging out with my friend Kim Whitley, and she's like, "Ooh, Maxwell!" And so he saw her, gave her a hug, and she said, "Take a photo." So I took her phone and took a photo, or whatever. And I went to go hand her phone back, and he goes, "I love you on HLN." I'm looking like, Maxwell knows who I am? He was like, "I'm a news junkie. All I watch is CNN and HLN, and I see you on television. You're really good." Maxwell knows who I am? So Kim said, "Let's take a photo of y'all." And so we took a photo. I think Simone Smalls, Kim Whitley's publicist, actually snapped the photo. Hold on. I'm going to get it right. Hold on. There we go. That's about as good as I can get it. So yeah, really, Maxwell's one of the nicest guys you'll meet in music. So yeah. All right. Y'all like my bookshelf? Have y'all asked me something else? Carew says bookshelf reminds him of Watch What Happens Live. Okay. Somebody said the background is kind of dark. Tiffany Blakely said, "Would I ever host a reality show reunion? As long as it wasn't a Ratchet reality show." Akia O'Keen says, "How do I feel about Meghan McCain doing The View? I plead the fifth." Just want to resubmit more of y'all comments before I say, what do I think about Daniel Bryan? Christmas Prue, Washington Oliver. You got 4 names in a hyphen. I love you for life. What do I think about Daniel Bryan? Daniel Bryan is a WWE wrestler getting back in the ring. If I was at the venue when Daniel Bryan got back in the ring, I'd be cheering, "No, no, no, no," instead of "Yes, yes, yes, yes." For those who don't know wrestling, you don't know what any of that means. Miss Benita said, "You said you wasn't a preacher." She's talking about when I was hooping earlier. I should interview Maxwell. Only on video, because, I don't really do a lot of interviews now unless it's on camera. Diane L. Murray Clements says, "What do I think about Stacey Dash running for office?" I don't think about it. She's a clown. Erica Owen says, "Who do I think should replace Meghan McCain on The View?" They're not going to replace Meghan McCain, because despite the fact that some of you all hate her and I'm pleading the fifth, she's ratings gold. So, all right. Oh, Wakanda forever. I love y'all for life. I'll see y'all after I get off the ship in 2 weeks. All right. Bring your questions, and I'll have lots to talk about. All right. Love y'all. Have a good night.